questions, if any. You can even put your questions in the chat box.
Even please share attendance as well as feedback form also in the chat box. Yes, if we don't know anything about past life, how can we correlate that with the present life?
You just keep doing your deeds. You just keep doing whatever comes your way with truth. You don't. There is that saying in Gita, "Karm karte raho, phal ki chinta mat karo," something like that. So don't think what you have done in the past. That God is there. I mean, whoever is that person up there is sitting there, and he is keeping all your hisab kitab. So he will see what you have done in the past. This life that you have got, you live it truthfully. You live it pramanikpanani, and try. We are human beings. We tend to hurt, but try not to hurt. When I hurt somebody, I am a little short tempered. I just say something. If somebody is not doing it right in my team, I just say that, angrily. But then afterwards, I feel I didn't do that rightly. I just go and say sorry to him, because when you do that, your karmic cycle, which is there, so it's going around like this. When suddenly there is a disturbance, it starts going like this. But the moment you say sorry, it again goes back to the, because the other person, he feels good about you, and then he doesn't curse you or something. His soul doesn't curse you, and then you're back to the normal self. So try eliminating all the mistakes that you are doing when you. That's why you have to be very open and very receptive in your brain, because of which you get to know whether you are making a mistake or not. So don't think about your past, think about what you're doing in this life. The past will come to your this life. Suppose, for example, today, why, like I told you, why am I not Amitabh Bachchan? Why am I not Jnaneshwar Maharaj? But Jnaneshwar Maharaj became Jnaneshwar Maharaj after so many years. So, but he didn't think about his previous life. He thought about this life, and he tried to achieve as much in this life as possible. So, if God has given us this life as a human being, try to do as much as possible. Only a human being can do bhakti in different kinds of ways, like going and helping the underprivileged or self development, these kind of things. Animals cannot, they are unable to do all these things. So you have to earn maximum amount of money, that money, the spiritual money in this life. Don't think about your past.
Thank you, sir, for the question. I also have a question actually. I wanted to know what exactly is energy bonding.
He wants to know what energy bonding is.
Yes. Please repeat the question.
Yes, so I wanted to ask what exactly is energy bonding?
So here, as I am sitting, I am not here as a physical being. I am here as a energy. So you may have seen when you do some excited what you play you have for, like when you want to see a movie which is you are very excited for, and when it is released, when you go for that movie, many a times you may keep on thinking of it, and you see that you are such an energetic there at that moment. Why is it so? Because you gain pleasure from it, you get that motive from it. So why is it so? Because your energy body is there, so that energy body propels you to go and watch that movie. Are you getting it? So energy bonding means when we connect with a larger energy, energy existing, ultimate energy existence. So it is like connecting with we can say, like in Indian mythology, Shiva or idol, which we call, those are not just metal or stone there. They are energy bodies. When we do pran pratishtha, what we do, we connect our energy with that object. So when we start spiritual processes, we concentrate with that object as a energy part. So we start connecting our energy with that object. So by doing that process, we enhance our energy body. In ultimately, when we enhance our energy body, we go for our well-being. So well-being is not just a physical aspect, it has many aspects. So one of it is energy body. And when we connect with it, our mentality, psychology, and consciousness, all these things are taken care of.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. That was really insightful. If there are any other questions from the audience?
I think there is one more question. There are two more questions in the chat box. Amisha ma'am,
Yes, sir. I'll access the chat box.
in what ways do spiritual practices contribute to a holistic approach to health and healing?
So spirituality has a when we meditate, when we enhance our spiritual aspect, we inculcate in spiritual practices, and doing that we dissolve our karmic information which we have gathered over time, over lifetimes. In this lifetime, I am as a human being, I have to do meditation, I have to do spiritual practices to dissolve that karmic information. And once it is dissolved, I get that healing part. So it started having positive outcomes. Although karmic information has negative impact on ourselves, but slowly when we dissolve it through our energy body, by getting bonded with our energy body, enhancing it and meditating it for a larger span of time. When we do that, yogis do that. After after doing tapasya or sadhana for a while, they dissolve that karmic information and start getting positive outcomes, start getting well-being. And after that only spiritual healing starts and we get the positive outcomes in our life.
Okay, thank you, sir. I think there is one more question. What steps do you think need to be taken for the integration of spiritual approaches into mainstream healthcare practices?
So, first of all, meditation or spiritual acts, practices need to be started by small activities, like riding a bicycle. We have learned it, but we have to take that first step. Only after that, practicing over a time, we can ride bicycle properly. Similarly, in spiritual practices, we have to start with small activities like connecting with nature, connecting with oneself, connecting with society, connecting with uh, external ultimate energy existence. Like in Indian culture, we called it murti. So when we connect with it, we started getting some spiritual practices. So doing that small activities would turn ultimately to spiritual or mental or holistic approach. But for that, we have to start from basics. Once that is achieved, we could enhance it to the next level, which is meditation. So meditation, we have to concentrate on our self-talk. We have to keep aside our thinking, our emotion, and concentrate to some important aspect in our life. When we start practicing it, we start getting that objective in life. Then we can say we have achieved that level of consciousness. In next step, we have to enhance our responsibility. We have responsibility of our life as well as life in a society. We have to enhance our bonding. So by enhancing that, we connect with our spiritual aspect. As ma'am rightly said, there is a twist. We have not to concentrate on the physical pleasures. Okay, drinking alcohol, these are not important. This is not what is called social connectivity, social bonding. Real meaning of social bonding is connecting with their souls, thinking about their well-being. Alcohol not only would destroy my life as well as life of others which are there. So connecting with them, I have to encourage them not to take alcohol. Okay, so I have to develop that spiritual aspect. When I see it as an Atma Bhav, I would rather encourage them to inculcate these small activities like connecting with nature, going to the temple, started doing spiritual practices, that should be encouraged and that bonding should be developed. Likewise, holistic approach can be there.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
There is one more question related to spiritual. How spiritualism help in studies and other personality development?
Yeah. Spirituality, as I have said, Atma Bhav, that is important. So when we see everything in our life like Atma Bhav, we would see that whatever studies are there, whatever branches or disciplines we go through, those disciplines are only for human well-being. Ultimately, what is the aim of these studies? To get that holistic development, to develop cognitive as well as contextual thinking. So rather than thinking about oneself, loneliness, and depression, we have to turn our personality, our psychology for collective consciousness, for the well being of society. So ultimately, that collective consciousness is what we call spiritual aspect. So when we develop that collective consciousness, when we try to contribute for well-being of society and well-being of the world at large, we are contributing to spiritual aspect. So spirituality ultimately is the aim of all studies. So as I said earlier, all materialistic views, all things ultimately go to the shunya, as we call in Indian language. Shunya is nothing but attaining that level of consciousness, that spiritual aspect in our life.
Thank you, Pranav, sir. So, dear all, Dr. Atul Patil, Director of the School of Holistic Development, is right now there with us. Sir, I would like to request you to speak a few words.
Yeah, the speakers have already done that job, but I would like to grasp this opportunity just to say thank you to both of them. So, Rosie Pisolkar ma'am and Dr. Pranav sir, a heartfelt thank you to both of you for enlightening us on a very interesting topic, science of spiritual healing. Your insights have really enriched our understanding of the connection between these two very, different but very unique aspects of spirituality and health. And we are therefore grateful to both of you for accepting our invitation and making a very valuable contribution to this series of lectures that we organize as part of our societal immersion spirituality and morality program. So I'm confident that our students today have got good insights, and the icing on the cake was the personal experiences and the examples that you shared. So thank you very much once again.
I'm thankful to Atul sir, I'm thankful to Pratikta sir, Rajabhav sir, Archana ma'am, Amisha ma'am, all of you all for giving us the opportunity to talk on this point, on this subject. And I really appreciate and I am happy to be in MIT or as a part of MIT family because these kind of subjects happen only in MIT. I have not seen. I have taught in different other architecture schools also, but these things are not included in programs. And Atul Patil, sir. This is a big thing that you're doing SHD through SHD.